Hi, everybody. Welcome to Motivation Monday. And Brian, I just was wondering, can I share about something that God taught me over Father's Day weekend?
I'd love that. Yes.
Well, I drove up to the mountains with my husband and daughter to spend Father's Day with my dad, mom, brother, and then my extended family. And before we got there, I had the whole day planned in my mind. I imagined pulling up to my parents' cabin and where my dad and mom were and my brother, and just seeing them and getting to spend some time with just my dad, give him his presents before all the hubbub of the day. But right before we got there, my phone rang and it was my brother. And he said, everyone's just going to meet up at my aunt's house and we'll go for this razor ride. My heart sank a little bit and I was disappointed because I really wanted to spend some time with just my dad.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a little bit of a letdown. What do you think disappointed you the most? Was it really the change in plans or maybe something deeper?
I thought about that, and I think what I realized is I just wanted to have a little bit of quiet time in the morning with my mom and dad versus just sharing him with everybody else and not getting to talk to him very much. And I thought we could just do that at their cabin before we went to my aunt's cabin. And so I think my mind just went directly to now I won't get that time. We're all going to be too busy and kind of got upset about it.
I think that's something that all of us can relate to. We don't just make plans, we create the whole expectation in our head. I've done that many times. And most of the time, it doesn't go the way that I planned. And so when those expectations aren't met, we often then feel disappointed, even when nothing has actually gone wrong.
That was it. My family wasn't trying to disappoint me. They were just trying to come up with a better plan. And the only thing that changed was my expectation. So, somewhere during that drive, I felt God whispering, saying, Kathy, just release the day that you've imagined and receive the day that I'm going to give you. And that thought completely changed my perspective.
I love that because that's really what yielding is. People hear the word yield and they think it means giving up. And biblically, it doesn't mean quitting. It actually means just trusting God, loosening up our grip, let things turn out the way God wants instead of our preconceived notions.
And the amazing part was, once I let go of trying to create the day that I imagined, I actually enjoyed the day that I had. I did get to ride with my dad in the Razor in the mountains, and that was fun. And we laughed, and we did get to spend time at the end of the day together in their cabin. And I made memories that I wasn't expecting. And I'm so glad that if I would have stayed focused on what I had lost, I would have missed the day that God actually was planning to give me.
Yeah, boy, that actually reminds me of the Bible story with Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. And he prayed, not my will, but yours be done. And then Jesus still took action. He still went to the cross, although obviously he didn't want to or had preferred something different. He really yielded his outcome to the Father and he yielded to what the Father wanted. So that really comes back to our stay slow spirit, thoughts, actions, and now the yield, the why and the yield part.
So here's something for us to think about this week. Where have we been gripping our expectations so tightly that we're missing what God wants to do in front of us? Maybe you're gripping your marriage and the way that you want it to be, or your kids, your job, or your health. Or maybe it's just the way that you want today to unfold.
So remember this, yield isn't just surrendering your outcomes. Something is you're surrendering your expectations. Because once you faithfully obey God, and you've responded and you go where he's leading you, then your responsibility ends where he begins.
See you tomorrow for Topic Tuesday.